I am your brother in Christ, and I am joined by
A person.
Elohim. And we are going to be doing some cool experimental stuff.
Cool.
Hey, Isaac, welcome.
I did leave a comment, but it disappeared as soon as I left it in response to yours. So we shall see.
In response to
Yeah, Isaac said congratulations. So I said hello and welcome and thank you
So
or
this
something
is-
like that. And it just disappeared as soon as I hit send. So
weird.
don't know.
So this is part 1 of 2. We'll be doing one on my channel and then flipping over to her channel.
Yes.
So we'll see how this goes. In fact, we're using a new, automated thing that should send you guys automatically over to part 2, which is her on her channel, right afterwards. So there it goes.
Well, that's my test comment after the
Your
fact.
test
I don't
comment.
know. My first comment just went poof.
Disappeared on her.
So
That sounds fun.
hopefully
So-
this is not indicative of anything else.
Well, I've got the ones up on the side here. We can pop out the chats.
Yep.
Keep track of those. So this one's a bit more of an informal live stream. It's a bit more of a loosey-goosey, let's roll with it live stream, because I wanted to get to, we've had so many new subs recently. I wanted to get to know you guys, talk a bit about this channel, talk about what's going on, and also just engage with you guys on not a serious topic. Normally I'm going through a serious topic. I'm going boom, 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 going through it, and then a little Q&A at the end, but I'm running a bit more than that. Isaac asked where the boost of subs came from David Wood and Hatun.
Where from David Wood?
From his new website.
Yes, which you guys need to make sure to check out and get on if you're not already.
So yeah, they got the apps going for phones, which is cool. Still working on the notifications. I'm still having issues with that.
But this is all very new. So.
All very new, very prototyping. So that is an awesome website, and it's pretty cool. So that's where we got those from.
He says we. He means him. I got none.
Got quite a few, actually. Look at your numbers again.
Okay, I've gone up.
Okay, she doesn't look at her numbers and then she complains.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying you went from like what 800 to like way over 1,000, like that, and then I went from I don't know something to something. Irrelevant though.
Sorry, I just read the comment.
Oh no. I watched the shorts and didn't realize you're the same people I saw on David Wood's stream until now. Well, welcome. Zero?
Well,
is that your name?
Zero.
Welcome, Zero.
So yeah. Yes, we are. Just FYI.
Yes.
Because I didn't realize you actually had a channel.
Yeah.
It's not the first time I've heard that comment.
He gets that all the time.
I get that all the time.
Yeah. That or like people will say, oh yeah, I watch your channel all the time. And they think we just have one and it's either his or mine. And they don't realize we have two. But we do. Elohim and your brother in Christ.
And this one will be linked to both of them. At least it should be if everything works with this new ability. Which would be fun to do because we can really use this. In fact, I've been looking at doing this with another Christian apologist. It'd be really nice if we could do this sort of linking.
Talking about Christian hijab?
Yeah, but she needs to get a bit bigger first.
Oh, before she's allowed to
Because
use it. It's so dumb. No, before anyone else is allowed to use it for her. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, it only enables if they are also over 1,000. It's like, guys, come on. And it is, YouTube specifically says that this is something intended to help people grow.
Yeah, small channels.
But then requires you to have 1,000 subs before they allow you to use the thing that's supposed to let you grow.
So even though I had way over 2,000, it wouldn't let me link up to his channel when he had like 800, which is like, but I'm choosing to do it and I'm over the requirement. So why does he need to be over the requirement? I don't know. YouTube's weird.
Yes, it is. Okay,
so
we got a couple more from Zero.
Yeah, go ahead, pull those up. So David Wood is uploading OK Philosophy Underground now.
Yes, he is.
For YouTube, at least, yes.
For YouTube, yes, that's one of his many projects he's working on.
Yeah.
He's got a lot on his plate.
Yep. So I would be expecting to see things from him soon. You can stay up to date on that best on his new website. But there will be lots coming to YouTube soon too, and other places, all the places.
I'm gonna blow this place up.
Isaac, Miss Wood is the next comment. Sorry. What channel were you talking about that didn't have enough subs?
Christian Hijab is one that I really like her stuff.
Yeah, so if you guys go sub, you can help her get up to that.
I'll pull her up actually, because I like her stuff. She's got a very unique way of going about her studies that she does. I want to do a 3-parter live stream with her, which would be started on either my or Elle's channel and then move to hers afterwards. So you get one part on mine, one part on yours, and then one part on hers. So just to help focus on what she's doing, because she's really done a lot of work.
Yeah.
And it really is amazing. So let me see here.
So we're pulling up the link for you guys right now, so you can go check her out. She's only got 487 subs, which
I thought.
Granted, when I say only, that's a lot of people that she's reaching. Which praise be to God. Like even if you have one sub, that's one person you're reaching. So anytime we talk about like sub numbers, like guys, seriously, God
one makes a huge difference. So there you go. I've got her channel link there. So check her out if you guys want to. She's really cool. She's got a really cool aspect about it. She does a lot on, what is her primary? It's not YouTube. It's
she was doing TikTok for a while, but she's got kicked off a couple times. So cool. Thank you for subbing. Sorry, I had no idea how to say your name right here, but
it's awesome.
But person with the green icon.
Person with the green icon. Yes, very much so.
What can we call you? Random question 0 says, but what's one Christian Muslim debate you want to see, one that hasn't happened?
Christian Muslim debate. I would like to see more of the shorts that I've been putting forth. Definitely I would like to see a debate of if Muhammad really did say he was a false prophet. I think that is just such a powerful point that I haven't seen that much of. And I would love to see that one taken a bit further. I know I do little shorts and I only have like 60 seconds to give you guys the surah and then give you guys the logic behind it. But yeah, I'd like to see those taken to a bit more of a next step. There's some arguments in there that I've not heard much about, or that I come across and I was like, man, this really should be like, does the Quran really say this? And if it does, how is it even a thing? So
yeah, one that I would like to see on a similar note is there's so many things. I would say I would love to see a debate about how they deal with the Quran verse that says if it being the Quran were from any other than Allah, it would contain within it much contradiction, because there's a lot of contradictions. So I would love to see a debate about that and really pull that into the forefront of people's minds so that they have to chew on it and think about it, even if someone is trying to defeat the argument.
Well, they normally just go to the knee-jerk reaction. There's abrogation, so they just
I know, but
I would like to. Another thing I'd like to see is a debate on why abrogation even exists in the Quran, if it's an eternal word. considering that they've gone back. If you look back at Islamic history, the Muslims have argued that back and forth. In fact, it was heretical to say for a long time that the Quran was eternal, because then that means something else other than Allah is eternal with him. And that caused a big issue.
Yeah.
So now it's okay to say, but not too long ago, it wasn't. So that would be an interesting one to focus on. Got something else to grab?
Yeah. So welcome, Trevs. Thank you so much for being here. He says, hi there, smiley face. God bless. New to the channel. Well, welcome to my husband, your brother, and Chris channel. I hope that you can also join us on my channel, which we will be going to here shortly. After this video is done, we're going to do part 2 over there. Wonderful green icon person answers. Ollie / Holloway? I don't know. I'm going to go with Ollie. It's a fake name anyways. Muslims in Middle East countries are hunting ex-Muslims everywhere. Yeah, that's so sad and heartbreaking. But, I mean, that's what the Quran commands. So, I'm sorry to hear that. It sounds like you might be impacted by that.
Christian Prince and Nakar Zyke.
Specific debaters like Christian Prince and Second. That would be interesting with as many videos as Christian Prince has made talking Secure Night.
I think Peterson should be doing a bit more debates with the actual.
But I would hold off on calling him a Christian if he doesn't
accept
the resurrection
that
of Christ.
Of what I'm saying is a debate that I'd want to see is him actually debating about the Quran.
I don't think he knows his stuff enough. He seems like he doesn't know his stuff. So I wouldn't do that. And besides, he said Christian and Muslim. So. But yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities with debates, but unfortunately, I've not really been a fan of most of them because it seems like Christians play by the rules and Muslims don't. Because they're playing by the rules of the religion. Christianity says do what's right. Islam says don't do what's right.
Lie as long as it makes it look good. It's like, that doesn't help in the debate.
Yeah. So Isaac says he's naive enough to say we're all people of the book. Yeah.
Yes, he is. He needs to learn a bit more, though. I did have, if you guys have not seen the video between Apostate Prophet and his daughter, that was pretty good.
Michaela Peterson. They
went through some rather hot topics, and AP walked her through and said, hey, this is where it says it here, 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 here. So, I mean, he got some hope with that. So we'll see.
So.
Still enjoy AP's videos sometimes, depending on the topic.
Yeah. It was cool to be on a stream with him, but I don't think he has any idea who we are still.
Nah.
I did make a post about it after. I feel so bad. I hope that didn't get sent to like 20 people 20 times, because in David's final goodbye live stream, I wanted to say thank you to everyone for joining like in the live stream, and I wanted to let everyone know who everyone was in it, and I just kept posting it and forgetting a name and then adding the name in and then forgetting another name that I already had in there and then deleting it again, and then meanwhile this is tagging every single person like over and over, and
so in other words you're talking about spamming people. You're over there.
I was trying. No, I was deleting it, so it wasn't there anymore. But I'm really hoping that those notifications. I don't know. Whatever. Sorry, guys.
Cool.
Isaac said that was a great video. Would like for it to be picked up by the algorithm. Which one?
We'll see.
Oh, you're talking about Apostate Prophets.
Yeah, APs. We'll see. I know the shorts get picked up quite a bit. They've really been pushing those shorts something fierce. So that's pretty cool to see that going. It's nice when YouTube actually works. Not so nice when it doesn't.
So we have a logistical question in the comments of the verbal realm from Iso Elohim. She says, can you please stop sitting on your legs? You look so much taller than me and you really aren't.
That's because my chair is so much shorter.
No.
Oh. Look. Yeah, my chair is shorter. These chairs are broken.
But also you're so far away from me.
Not like I like you. Or something like that. Something weird.
You said you don't like me?
I said not like I don't like you.
Whatever. You were the whole
She doesn't
way
like
across.
knots.
You're like hanging off the edge of the screen. We should get a bench or something so that we can be closer. Our chairs.
I just
are,
need
like,
to get new chairs.
but up
That's what I
against
need
each
to do.
other.
I just need to bite the bullet and get new chairs because these things are unfortunately broken, and I always have to sit on something.
We're being laughed at.
I sit. I like.
Or laughed with, rather. I
have
suppose. Here, what if I do that?
I'm actually sitting on a ghillie suit. I'm sitting on a whole ghillie suit. I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about the only
Boost.
purpose it serves at this point, thankfully.
Getting boosted up.
Trev's been looking for pre-7th century archaeological and historical evidence to confirm Islamic narratives. Nothing found so far. Do you guys know? What I mean is that independent of the Bible, we do have proof. What do you mean by independent of the Bible?
Independent of the Bible, we have proof of the. If I'm understanding correctly, we have proof of the Bible outside of itself.
Sorry, okay.
But in the
Quran, yeah,
not
don't have
so
proof
much,
outside of the Quran.
because even talking about the narratives, those are still a couple hundred years later.
Oh, maybe
so
this
Sahih
was
al-Bukhari.
Okay. This was the cheap part. Sorry. That confirms the events and even the science makes sense. Referring to that was the end of the sentence.
That makes a lot more sense.
So
okay, so yeah,
sorry about that.
So yeah, I don't know. I need to do more research into it. It's hard.
Well, obviously not the science though. The science isn't backed up. No,
he's talking about the science of the Bible.
I know, but of the Quran.
Of the Quran, no, it really isn't. But as far as additional historical evidence, there's not a lot to go on.
Yeah.
In fact, even if you look back at anyone who studies history, I mean, actually studies history, not just copy paste, there's a lot of nothing. Absolutely nothing. You might have one paper hundreds of years written about an event hundreds of years after the event's supposed to have happened. That's what sort of stuff you have. And definitely whenever you do a nation that doesn't have a lot of written words down, who rely heavily on oral tradition, you don't get a lot. If you look at the Norse, the only reason we have so much documentation up there is because of the Christians coming in and writing things down. Other than that, we would have had no clue what the Norse believe at all. In fact, most of what they believe, we don't have any clue on. There's big, huge gaps in their theology, mythology, that we don't know anything about. And it's sad. I like knowing things. My wife will definitely back me up on that.
So, Isaac, I was actually going to bring this up, but do you guys believe Muhammad existed? Because of the lack of evidence, there are a handful of people at least that say that he did not.
I'd say there's enough evidence to say that he did. As far as a historical character, yeah, he did. Did he make the claims? I'd say there's enough evidence to say, yeah, he made the claims. So I guess my answer would be yeah.
Yeah, existed, but probably not too much defense beyond that.
Hey, welcome.
Yes, welcome.
It's always good to see you, brother.
Ollie says, even if he exists, he'd be the worst. No hate, just being realistic. Yeah.
Well, think about it. If someone were to make something up and decide, we're going to... Why would they make Muhammad up?
Yeah, there's so much bad.
I mean, if you were actually wanted to make someone up from scratch and say, hey, he's a prophet, wouldn't he do some miracles? I mean, literally, if you were going to make up a prophet, I mean, you had Jesus, he did miracles. If you're going to claim that they are all prophets, you'd have Jesus, claim that Jesus was a prophet, he did miracles. You have all these other guys, Moses, all these other guys who are supposed to be prophets according to Islam, and they all did miracles. I mean, not just like, oh, here's a book, but actual healing, actual miracles that you could see. But Muhammad, none. So I'd say actually that kind of lends credibility to him existing. I'd say that we do have documentation about it. We do know that Islam did spread, that there was reaction to that if there was no Muhammad, and this was just all made up. My question would be, by whom? Because we know
some say the Romans. They say, I don't know.
The Romans? You talking about the Byzantines?
One of the claims is that Muhammad was created by the Romans for the troops and that kind of thing. It's kind of
the Byzantine Empire, because there wasn't actually technically a Rome left. There was the Byzantine Empire, and that was it. And the Byzantine empires were the one that got their butts kicked. So I want to make up a guy who's going to kick our butts. That's not very logical now, is it?
Well, in the same way that the Quran claims that Allah is the one who deceived people into believing Christianity, it's like, okay, if you are trying to share the truth, why would you turn so many people against you on purpose? Like, and this isn't just a, well, you know, their hearts were hardened and so they're going to leave anyway type of situation that we see sometimes. This is like, yeah, proving another religion true? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, I'm still thinking about this because you're talking about, again, if you guys have seen my history of the rightly guided caliphs, you would know most of this. But yeah, they immediately started expanding, immediately declared war and jihad against both the Sassanid Empire, which was Persian area, and then you had the Byzantine Empire, and they just started attacking both of them. There still would have to be some sort of catalyst for them to all of a sudden start doing this. And it wasn't just a one-off campaign. This is a consistent, aggressive campaign. So if this was made up by the Byzantines, it doesn't make any sense why they would do that and then turn this loose upon themselves.
Yeah. Let's see. That was what David Wood was saying in debate with Jay Smith. If they made it up, why so much contradictions? Because hadiths keep nailing Muhammad. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many things.
The hadith and the Quran. I've got the shorts that I'm doing now, which I think I'm maybe at 13. I don't remember off the top of my head which ones I released because I've edited them all out and pushed them all out and scheduled them out. But there are 30 in this run alone, and I've already outlined another 30 that I could release on top of that. So and I'm working on the next 30, outlining the next 30 after that. So we're at 60 mistakes already. And
there's a lot
I'm just getting started.
Yeah, so speaking of which, Truth Defender says, Mo most probably existed, but the Mo of their religion evolved. The issue is that almost all of the info we have on him is from Muslim sources, and they do lie. Yes,
oh, yes,
for sure.
That I would agree with.
For sure.
I would agree with that. It's very likely they expanded and mythologized him.
But there's so much bad stuff about him that it's like if they made this stuff up, it's just...
So yeah, it's like some of the stuff's just like, well, you know what? You probably shouldn't have mentioned the fact that, he said that women are deficient in both mental and religious.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, that's not appealing to women very much. You're really not appealing to your women demographic.
Yeah. So also, if you're going to make something up from scratch and just put it out there, like if all of the Quran was made up, like all the stories in it, whatever, all at one point in time, you would also think like they wouldn't have the law of abrogation either, because they would just decide what they wanted to say and then say it, and then it would already be over. Like all these stories about people being like, hey, Muhammad, what about this? What about that? This seems wrong. This seems wrong. Yeah, I don't know. That's just another thought. Travis is laughing. What it is taboo to us was probably not taboo to them. I'm not a fan of the argument of embarrassment.
Oh, not a fan of it. Well, true, you could say that, but then again, there's a lot that would be applied with the argument of embarrassment. I would definitely argue that in the Bible, the fact that the apostles were all hiding after Jesus' death could definitely be argued with the argument of embarrassment, saying, hey, it's kind of not the best look if the people who are spreading the gospel are hiding in a basement because they're scared. Now, it's an awfully good testimony once they get out of that and start spreading it, the catalyst being Jesus coming back. And in fact, that's a very good argument for Jesus coming back, because you see the disciples reacting the way we would expect. We see the disciples going back to the lives they lived before Jesus. They hid for a while, then they started looking at going fishing. After all, that's what they've grown up doing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until Jesus started showing himself being risen that you get their explosive fervor. Not literal. They're not strapping bombs to themselves. That's not these guys. But it is interesting to see how far they travel. Definitely, when you consider during that time and age, for a common fisherman who lived in a village, he would probably travel to Jerusalem and back, and that would be the sum total of his travels. Because other than that, he'd stay basically in the village doing his job for the remainder of his life and then die in that village, not travel all over the known world. Talking about Jesus of Nazareth, who died and was rose again. So, just my thoughts on that.
So I have some thoughts as well, but Truth Defender says, yeah, it has some use and application, but I think it falls short. I agree in that it falls short, and I've often wondered, like what your brother in Christ was saying earlier about the women have less intellect. That wouldn't have necessarily been as taboo then, so it wouldn't have been as big of a deal. And if they were trying to push that agenda, whatever, but things that were embarrassing to them then, where it's very obvious it was embarrassing to them then, where like the Jews come to Muhammad and they're like, why are you saying we? Like if it's he for Allah and that kind of thing. It's very obvious that Muhammad didn't know what he was talking about, and that's recorded, and that's embarrassing, even from the get-go. It's not just a cultural thing where, well, it's taboo to be wrong now, but it wasn't taboo to be wrong then. No, like he obviously, even he was embarrassed based on, I mean, it seems like he was pretty embarrassed, and he changed what he was saying and doing based on what the Jews were saying and the Christians. So I don't know, just some thoughts. So Ali says, you know what? I wouldn't care about these issues as much as present issues. The MOPAC has high birth rates. Yeah, MOPAC, that's interesting. And they're invading Christian lands. Yeah. Solutions must be, I'm assuming, found, and acts must be taken.
I agree with you. In fact, that's what we're doing. In fact, I can speak for myself on this. That's primarily why Islam. Why? Because it is the most valid threat to Christianity, as far as it spreading fast through high birth rates, spreading fast and being taken in as something that it clearly isn't, being brought in as some people believing it's just like Christianity, just a little bit different. They basically believe the same thing, right? No. Or that it is a religion of peace when it clearly says otherwise.
Yeah.
And they're just taking it in as a Trojan horse. And I'm sitting there saying, guys, if we allow this to continue unchallenged, we're going to have issues, some massive issues. That's one of the reasons why, even in the shorts, I started off by reading the Quran. I have no problem with reading their book. In fact, it's funny because I look at the comments from a lot of Muslims and they don't quote anything.
Yeah.
I quote. In fact, I'll use it in mine just as reference, make sure we are still talking about the same surah, but they don't want to do that. They don't want to quote it, because once they start actually quoting it, they realize my argument falls apart.
Yeah, so a couple things on that. I have had some Muslims quote However, out of the Muslims that have quoted, it's always hilarious when I do a whole video, just verse after verse after verse after verse of Quran, surahs and ayahs, and sometimes hadith, but they're always very strong hadith. And here they are quoting things in the comments that are from the hadith to contradict the Quran and to contradict the strong hadith. And they copy and paste right in there that it's considered weak. It's like, guys, you realize you're contradicting the Quran, one. So you're saying the Quran is false. And two, how can you use something that you're saying right then and there as weak against something that's strong? And yeah, and then there's also been times where I've had Muslims say, oh, I don't know the reference, but it's in there. You have YouTube, you probably have access to Google. I mean, if it's actually in there, you can find it. Like, if it's actually in there, find it, please. I would love to know where these verses are that are contradicting the Quran verses I listed, if they actually exist.
I mean, they have
even then
time.
Great, you prove me right.
You don't have
the Quran's full of contradictions.
Don't have to post it immediately. You can do a little research. You can actually find where your references are supposed to be. I like it when they completely rewrite the Quran. Definitely, whenever we were talking about, I was in one of the shorts was about where Muhammad says sperm comes from between the ribs and backbone. And guy got on there and said, no, that's not what it's talking about. It's talking about the whole birthing process, and that's really where the baby's coming from, and that's what emerges forth. And I'm like, you just rewrote the Quran. What are you talking about? This says nothing. He's talking about sexual intercourse between husband and wife. I'm like, there's nothing about that in here at all. Now I break it down. It's like, what other fluid could it be other than sperm? Because it doesn't line up with anything else. Nothing creates it. Because man, it's not created from another form of fluid.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so just to finish up on this comment regarding the solutions, I would say education is key, because if we do not know what we're up against, then we're not going to properly address it. And two would be taking actions where you can. So help in spreading the knowledge that you learn, help in speaking up against it, which I know is a scary thing, especially if you're in a country where it's a death penalty if you speak up against it. But
there's also nonverbal ways you can do it too. Yeah. I mean, there's very simple. In fact, there's a couple of guys on here, Pollination, which I really need to say thank you to for that one, because he's helped me out a lot as far as just getting the word out there, sharing videos, posting, letting people know in your social circles online, even just saying, hey, I listened to this. This sounds really interesting. What do you guys think? Yeah. And share those posts, share the videos. Those help so much. And Pollination's been doing that since probably my first videos. He was early. And they just kept sharing it, primarily on mines. And then you have Alejandro on Twitter.
Salvador.
He is on that. Every time I tweet out, he's like, oh, retweet. And it's pressing a button, but it actually makes a humongous difference to spreading truth. Okay, do we got another one?
We do. So Ali says, LOL, I've been through this argument a lot. He, so much stupidity. Yeah. And then he also said,
don't grow weary. That's my advice.
Yeah.
Don't grow weary in it. That's one of the reasons I like doing the videos, because I don't know how many times in the comments Muslims comes up to me and says, there's no historical evidence that Jesus died. I'm like, I got a video, copy, paste. Go look at this video. And then the follow-up statement was, oh, there's no evidence that he ever came back from the dead. I'm like, dude, did you watch the video? Because that was literally the title.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't grow weary.
Yeah, Galatians 6:9, which reads, "And let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." And I know you guys have been leaving comments, and that's awesome, and we will get to them. But that actually seems like a pretty good transition into your title and your topic of the video.
Oh, what's that?
Something about death and destruction. No.
What happens? What happens if I die?
Yeah.
Good question. Actually, this comes from a while back. My youngest sister was watching a YouTuber, and she was a pretty big fan of this YouTuber, and he passed away. And I was like, wow, that was sudden. She wasn't expecting it. It was sudden on there. And looking at it, it's the question of what do you leave when you're done? I mean, you have no clue when that bell is going to be rung. You have no clue when the Lord's going to say, nope, time's up. What did you do? And that's a question for every question. What did I do with the time that was given me? Did I use it all for my own self-gratification and just enjoyment? I just had fun? Or do I go to the Lord and say, oh, Lord, this is what I have done? You know, it's the parable of the servant with the talents. You know, did you hide away your talent from the world and just keep it there and just turn it into the Lord whenever he comes back? Jesus reacted and said that was a wicked servant. Where the other ones who took it and invested it and gave it back to the Lord pleased him greatly. And that's where it really comes down to. It's not because of me. It's not because of my self-gratification. It's because whatever I am doing, this investment, I'm giving it back to the Lord. It's not mine. I don't keep it. I don't benefit from it. The Lord benefits from it. And that's what it comes down to. If say I died tonight in my sleep, all these videos on YouTube, all the work that I have done will continue to glorify the Lord until YouTube decides to delete my YouTube account because they realize what I'm actually doing. I'm actually speaking truth, and they don't seem to like that very much. But yeah, it's a question of what did you do with your life? And that's something that every Christian should be asking themselves pretty often. Is if I died tonight and I came before the Lord, would I be satisfied by what I could bring him? And the Lord's going to be, because we're saved, we're entering into the kingdom of heaven. It's not redemption by works. I want to make that very clear. I'm not talking about redemption by works. What I'm talking about is what you can bring him back and show him you did with what he gave you.
Yeah. Real quick on that, just because I think it's so cool. So I've been watching Mike Winger a lot lately. I used to watch him like a little bit. Now I've been watching him a lot. But I just watched a video of his the other day that in it, he said this quote. I'm not going to quote it perfectly, but essentially he gave an equation. He was talking about how a lot of people will say that salvation, the equation of salvation. So faith plus works equals salvation. And he said, no, that's not right, though. It's faith equals salvation plus works. And I love that because, I mean, we've known this, but I just love the way that pulls that together. It's like, of course, it's always going to be an overflowing. You know, when you are on fire for God, when you're in love with him and you really want to help him. I mean, I love my husband. I want to help my husband because I love him. So I love God. I want to help God, you know, and I'm just this little human, whatever. But if he asked me to do something, of course I want to do it because I want to serve him. I want to bring glory to him. And I know how much he helps me too. So how could I not want that for everyone else? How could I not want everyone else to realize how much help that God could give them and this offer that he's extended to them and they don't even realize? I mean, yeah. Anyway, sorry, I didn't want to like grab it too far, but I love that quote.
And again, this is a very loose, easy-going one. That is a bit of a hotter topic, I guess, or harder topic.
Yeah.
Is the question is a thought. You know, your death. If you died tonight, again, we don't know when that's going to happen. Are you ready? Are you right with the Lord? Are you in that relationship? And what have you done with the time the Lord has given you? I mean, you enter into the kingdom of heaven, but then there's the second part of the judgment, which is like, okay, well, what did you do with the time that was given you? It's going to be tested with fire, and what's going to be left? Is there going to be anything gold left to present to the Lord? Again, we're not doing it for our own. It's something that we are giving as a gift to the one who gave us everything. And that's what it comes down to. He is the one who gave us everything. Okay, any questions? Any posts?
Yeah, so I posted a link for you guys for later. Whenever you guys are free later. Because we're talking about, what do you do with your life and how have you used the things that God's given you? And so I think this is a really helpful video. This is a video I made a while back about figuring out what your spiritual superpowers are. And so one of the things that we can kind of get stuck on is, what am I supposed to do? Like, what am I even able to do? I want to help and I want to participate in the things that God's calling me to, but I don't know what they are. And so I think that's just kind of a cool video to kind of determine that. So
okay, just to let you guys know again, this is part 1 of part 2. Part 2 will be over on her channel, which if you guys just stick around to the end, it should automatically transfer you over. Thank you guys for subbing, because that did help me and allowed me to be able to activate that ability.
Yes, and we are celebrating today because someone hit over 1K.
Well, yeah, I saw it and I was like, oh, I should probably do something special. Probably just get to know you guys a little bit and talk with you guys. And then it kept growing. I was like, maybe I should just wait. Okay. Because you guys are so awesome, it just keeps going. So I'm like, maybe I should wait for 2K. Or maybe I'd be at 2K before I even be able to do this. So, okay, do we got any comments there to address with?
So Isaac says, I feel like I'm such a baby Christian to be able to do anything. No,
it's surprising. I mean, I am, and be honest with you guys, I am an extreme introvert. I am. I'm not an extrovert in any way, shape, or form. My wife will witness to this.
It's so funny, though. You've really changed since we've met. I think about that a lot recently.
I try to be outgoing, but it's not my personality. Tell you truthfully, what I would do if I was just on my own, doing my own little thing, I would probably play video games, and that would be it. That'd be some total. But that's not what God calls us to do. That's not what he's called me to do. I can't go to God in front of him and say, well, Lord, I just played video games the entire time, and I got nothing to offer you. Don't get me wrong. I still do play video games. I still do need that relaxation and time away. But yeah, if I just showed up to the gates of heaven, Lord let me in, and then I said, oh, well, Lord, here you go. I know you gave me everything, but all I have got to show you is I didn't even spend a moment of time serving your people.
Yeah. Only through fire type deal. It'd be very sad.
Be very, very sad.
So I know we need to go back to some earlier comments too, but Trev says, great to meet you guys. Well, it's good to meet you too. He also asks, you have Discord, Patreon? We have
Discord, Patreon I've been banned from.
We both have Discord. We were both on Patreon. He got banned. He didn't even have any patrons. I am still on Patreon. I have 2 patrons. So I don't know why he got banned and I didn't.
They won't tell me. They say I violated some terms of service. I'm like, I haven't posted anything on here. How did I violate anything?
And I have, and it's not like it's not controversial. So
I got banned. So the only place you could support me specifically would be on, can I see this for a second?
Buy me a coffee?
Buy me a coffee, which I do have set up, which I need to reformat because according to Air Church, I can't actually do a monthly thing that you can do. Right now, I think I have it only set up for one single payment.
I've told you that too.
But I need to figure out how to do it, okay? I need to go and do all this.
I will help him work on that later.
Oh, like I'm some sort of not techie guy, huh?
Well, you don't know anything about tech.
I don't know anything. I'm just a pure programmer. I don't know anything about technology at
Then
all.
why don't you have it set up for monthly donations?
Because I have been busy.
Sure.
Have you not seen the videos?
Sure.
No, I know you haven't. But You know I've been making them.
I watch your videos sometimes.
So, okay. You want to hit some more?
Yeah.
Yeah, follow up with that. Yeah, banned. I've asked them. They said you violated the terms of service. And in fact, I didn't even realize it because I don't get on there very often. All I was doing was supporting David Wood through it, basically.
Well,
and
a bunch of
David
people,
Wood,
actually.
Yeah, actually, no, I did.
Because you were
support
doing
others.
Servant of Christ. And
oh, man, I need to get back on there now.
Yeah.
I gotta go support them some other way now because like, maybe you should just support them. And I just give you the money to support them.
We both had our own accounts and we were both supporting different ministries, but yeah, we should probably just transfer those all over onto mine or some
mine
other
don't exist
avenue.
anymore. So all my links to Patreon just doesn't exist.
Yeah, and we had no idea.
And they won't tell me why. I kept asking. I said, okay, so what part of my religious videos got banned?
Yeah.
And it's like
freedom of religion is a thing.
You got banned because you violated our terms of service. What did I violate? Can you tell me? Can you point me to? If I violated the rules, clearly violated the rules that they could point to and say, hey, this is where you violated it. This is what you did wrong. Okay, I can work on that. But to say, well, you violated the rules, I'm not going to tell you how. Yeah. Can you imagine that? A police officer pulls you over, gives you a ticket. You look at him and say, what's this for? He says, I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
You better not do it again, but I'm not going to tell you. And walks away. You're going to be scratching your head saying,
yeah, and if you
I don't know if I want to drive.
Well,
I don't know the rule. I wouldn't know the rules, so I wouldn't know where to drive. Or they just hand you a pamphlet that's like this thick and say, hey, it's somewhere in here is where you violated.
Yeah.
And be like, what?
So, it's unlikely you actually violated anything, though.
I probably ticked someone off, which isn't going to. Oh, you are.
Trebs, thank you so much for your service.
Dude, that takes some guts. Man.
Yeah, especially nowadays. Seriously, thank you.
And I've said that before in previous videos that I didn't. It takes some gumption. Definitely sticking it out. Definitely nowadays where you're getting slammed from every point of view. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I don't want your job. You're awesome for doing it.
Yeah, and we need people like you. Yeah.
But man alive, you get crap from the people you're serving as well as crap from criminals as well. So I mean, you're getting it from both ends, man. I am so sorry, but I am very appreciative of you.
Yeah, God bless you and keep you safe.
There he is.
Yes, Alejandro Salgado. Your brother
called you out earlier.
Yeah, he was making sure to thank you for always being there to share and support him. He really appreciates it. I do too. I think he's cool.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. It definitely helps get the word out there, get it spread out there, let everyone know what's going on, and shed light on the darkness.
So Jonathan G says, hi, nice to see you both. A searching message. God bless. Congrats on 1,000 subs. Thank you.
Thank you, bud.
Trev says also, congratulations on 1,000, brother. JD Staley? JD. If you haven't noticed, I'm horrible with names. JD says, keep up the great godly work you both do. Thank you so much. Definitely will do.
Keeping our focus on Christ and keep going.
Yeah.
And keep plugging away.
Alejandro Salgado says, you're welcome. Billy Bob says, God bless, guys. At least I can pronounce your name.
Cool.
JD. Yep. If that's in response to the name pronunciation, that does not help. I said it 2 ways. Yep, does not tell me.
It's okay. We still love you. It's okay.
Thank you, JD. Alejandro Salgado says, yes, congratulations. And okay.
So let's go.
I know we've got more way up, but here's a recent one that we have not hit yet. Truth Defender says, I hate how much YouTube takes from donations. I heard it's 30%. Yikes.
I don't know. I'm not that big.
Yeah, we're not allowed to be monetized.
They don't allow us anymore.
So,
which is crazy because they used to. The way YouTube originally got built was they would support any creator, no matter your size. They would support any creator, and you could go on and you could become a YouTube member, and then you could monetize your videos. But a few years back, they changed that. Quite a few years back. Now I'm still on YouTube, but yeah, way back when they changed it, where then you need 100 subscribers before you can monetize. It's like, okay, well, that's a pain in the rear end. Really crapping on the little guys, aren't you? So we'll go ahead and wait until they got 1,000 subscribers, and then you can go ahead and join. Well, then they changed it again. You had to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours.
Yeah, which is a lot of time. I don't think anyone realizes how much time that is until you're actually like, oh, yeah.
Okay, so in all the views, and I've got quite a few, definitely on the shorts. Got a lot on the shorts. In fact, some of those, as far as watch percentages goes, it's pretty cool because it's over 100%. So people have watched more than is actually there. But even then, I'm only at like 1/10 of the requirement in watch time. And it's like, you're not going to make money on YouTube. No, you don't do this for money.
Yeah, isn't so funny. Every time Muslims have hated on me, like even years ago, like, oh, you just do this for the money, because up until this year, I made, in fact, negative monies. We both made negative monies because we've invested so much money into all of this ministry on YouTube, into the right equipment and supplies and trips and all this stuff, and we made in return. As far as money goes, but it's not about the money.
You get paid for this stuff,
but we get accused of being all about the money. It's like,
you're just doing this for money. I'm like, okay. There's money. Wait, I've been doing this wrong.
No, thankfully there have been some people that have helped financially recently, and we really appreciate all that help. But it's not minimum wage. It's not even close. It's still not anywhere near as much as we invest into it. So it's still negative numbers, which is fine because, again, it's not about the money. But yeah, to accuse that, no.
I do admit, though, if we were able to get to a point where this could be the sustaining income.
Yeah.
You realize how crazy it'd get. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm doing this much with doing this as a side job.
Yeah, with a full-time job.
With a full-time job. You think how crazy you would get if I could do this for real?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing 5 shorts a week and 2 live streams a week. I would blow this up.
Yeah.
Put a real nuke on it.
I can't. Unfortunately, my full-time job is a mother, and that's not going away anytime soon. That's actually just going to increase, hopefully, Lord willing. So, also my stuff takes forever to do. I'm sorry. On my channel, we're going to talk about some things that are coming up, so you guys don't feel like I've just abandoned you all because I post so erratically.
Talking about that, we got 8 minutes.
Oh, 8 minutes until we transfer over. Okay. Well, then let's try to hit all these remaining comments. We have a lot.
For you guys, so much. For you guys, it should happen automatically.
Yeah.
This stream should end. YouTube should load in immediately. If not, the link is in the description.
Is that pinned?
Yeah, I don't think it's pinned to the live chat. It is in the description itself, right there.
Let me see if I can pin it in. Well, I can copy and paste it into the description.
Here, let me do that. I'll take care of that. You do comment.
Okay, well, I already have the link, so I'm just going to put it and you can pin it.
Okay, whatever. I'll pin it. Okay, I'll pin it.
Okay, thank you.
I will listen to my wife.
It'll just take a minute to load in. Oh, do you have to pin it from outside?
I have to pin it from outside of YouTube.
How am I supposed to look at comments then? Whatever.
I'm going to pin it right here. Okay, just give me a second. Let me pin the comment, and then we can go.
There you go.
Okay? It is pinned. There we go. Fancy, fancy, fancy.
But yeah, it should automatically port you over to my channel. Hopefully, we shall see. Let us know when you get over there.
If it does or not.
That way we know for future videos.
Because it would make life so much easier if, boom, you guys just transfer right over. That would definitely help whenever we do the live stream with Christian Hijab.
Yeah.
Even though we can't link hers, we could link ours together and then boom, right over to hers.
Yep.
So okay.
So JD Staley. So cool. That even rhymes. It's very cool. All right. It seems like the default for what Muslims say against apologists. Yeah, although I've heard so many just stupid random things. They seem to attack like stupid stuff. They don't attack the ideology, they attack the person.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to get
If you
to
guys
them.
do not get, if we do not get to your comments, because we're now in 5 minutes till go time for the other stream. I don't know if it automatically starts or whatever. I don't have any clue how this is
I
going.
don't think so. I think we're gonna have to end the broadcast and then port over, and we will probably swap places. So
why? Your
because
name's in
I
the
want
right
to be on
places.
the.
I'll mirror the. I'll edit it so it flips the camera.
Okay, let's just get to the comments. We're probably gonna switch. He doesn't have any say. Just kidding. He does. He's still my husband. Shalom, brothers. May the Lord Jesus keep on bless you in full. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Jeff says shalom, Andres.
Wow, maybe I should just let me know if you
we
guys
have so
think
many comments.
I should.
Sorry if I missed some of these. If we missed your comments, let us know what they are.
Also, just let me know if this was a better time for me to live stream.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot more of
There's a lot more of you guys being able to engage now, and that's why I want to do the live stream so I can engage with you guys and talk with you guys. Would it be better instead of me doing it on Sunday for me to do it on Saturday about this time, about 5 o'clock? Yeah, because EST.
Normally he does live streams on Sundays and on Wednesdays, but this is awesome. I would vote that you would switch over to this.
Well, that might cause issues with other things that are supposed to happen on.
Like what?
We'll talk later.
Okay. Because our previous Saturday thing was actually ported over to Sunday, to my knowledge. So, I know I missed something. I know there was a comment from Isaac. I can't find it. Okay, but Isaac said something about do we witness to Muslims in person? I have in the past. It's a rarity. We mostly focus online just because we don't run across too many Muslims in our everyday life. We do have a mosque in our area, and I would like to do more mosque outreach locally. We're planning on maybe doing a conference, hopefully, soon, in which case we would reach out to the Muslims for that and invite them to come hear what we have to say, which would be really, really cool. We're also planning on doing mosque outreach out in California, and we're going to talk about that more on my channel here in a couple minutes. But
yeah, that'll be coming up. That's going to be cool.
That's Ministry to Muslims conference called Our Strong Tower. And that's in California, coming up September 9th through 11th, although there's much more to it than just those days. We're going to do lots of ministry outside of that while we're there.
Midnight in South Africa. Well, I appreciate you sticking to us.
Yeah, thank you.
Sticking it out with us. That takes some gumption. What other live stream? What other stream?
We will be porting over to my channel where we will continue questions and answers, and also I will be talking about some other things.
So it's immediate transfer over.
Hopefully. It's a feature we've never used before, so we're hoping.
It'd be really cool. And to my knowledge, it's a newer one too. So they might not have all the bugs worked out.
Yes, so it was Isaac. That was the comment I was referring to. And Isaac said that he had a chance to witness to Muslims recently. Would love to hear about that. I also do want to make a quick comment about, because I think we went on a tangent a little bit. Your comment earlier, you had said something to the regards of you feel like you're too much of a baby Christian to do much. There's definitely a big difference between becoming a leader and still serving Christ, because as a baby Christian, there's definitely things that should not be happening right away regarding leadership and all that, because you need to be firmly established before you can help firmly establish others. Otherwise, everyone's just going to topple if they're not firmly founded in Christ. But there's so many things that you can do, and obviously that you are doing, at least a lot of that we've seen as far as being a part of the body of Christ and reaching out and helping how you can. So keep up the good work, and I think we're going to switch over to my channel now. So hope to see you there.
I hope so. We'll find out if this works. Fingers crossed, guys. And
you pagan.
I don't care. It's been revamped.
Reclaimed for Christ.